Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Cine Teatro. Congratulations, you found it. I've been coming here for 3 weeks and I come in a different way every time.
Sin problema.
As the play is set in 1936, there weren't too many mobile phones around then. So if you could oblige us by turning your mobile phones off, we would appreciate it, or just put them on vibrate or something. The emergency exits are either side of the stage. You can follow the cast if you can catch them. Okay. And during the interval, we've got the bar just down here, which is run by Stepping Stones, and all the money they make is going to charity. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy the Indala Productions version of The House of Bernarda Alba. Thank you.
Oh, these bells! It's like they're ringing inside my head.
2 hours already. Ceaseless incantation. Oh, and priests from every village around. Oh, the church does look beautiful. Magdalena, she fainted during the first response.
Well, she is the one hardest hit, isn't she?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, the truth is, she's the only one the father truly loved. I fancied a moment alone. Oh, thank God. I fancied something to eat.
Oh, don't let Bernarda catch you.
Oh, just because that woman can't eat, that means none of us can. She'd be happy to see us all starve to death. What a monster. String her up with a rope. Oh, I've managed to open the chorizo jar.
Oh, do you think I could have some from a little girl?
Oh, help yourself, why not? Have some chickpeas as well. This might be the only day we'll get away with it. Bernarda! There she goes again. Are you sure that old woman's locked up?
Double locked.
And did you put that bar across? She can pick a lock with her teeth. Bernarda! She's on her way! Well, look, come on. That won't do. If it's not exactly the way Bernarda likes it, she'll tear up every hair I've got left.
Oh, that woman!
Ugh. Empress of all she surveys. She'd sit on you. Happily sit on you for 100 years, squeezing the life out of your heart. And all the time with that awful smile stuck rigid on her face. Come on, it's not clean enough.
Look, my hands are bleeding.
Nah. All she ever wanted to be. The cleanest, the most respected, the most untouchable woman around. Her poor husband. Death must have come as a blessed relief.
Were both families there?
Oh, hers, yes. His, no. They can't stand her. They turned up, inspected the corpse, made a quick sign of the cross, and then they disappeared.
Do you think I put out enough chairs?
Oh, more than enough. They can sit on the floor for all I care. Since the day Bernarda's father died, not a single stranger's walked in that door. Not one. Her world and nobody else's. Well, may she rot in hell.
Well, you've done well enough out of her.
Ah, 30 years doing her laundry, eating the crud off of her plate, Up all night if she's got so much as a cough. Ah, whole days spent with me, aye, against the crack in the door, so that I can tell her what the neighbours are up to. A life without secrets. Well, between her and me, anyway. And I still say, may she rot in hell. I happily thread hot needles through her eyeballs with my own hand.
Oh, Garcia!
Oh, don't worry. I'm the good bitch. I'm told when to bark. I know my job. Someone comes to the door looking for a little bit of kindness, and I'm the one sent to snap at their ankles. 2 sons, both married. Both working for her, working on her land. What am I to do? But I tell you, one day my moment will come.
What moment?
Oh, I'll tell you exactly. I've got it all planned. One day, I'm gonna lock that woman in a room for a whole year and spit in her face. Bernarda for this, Bernarda for that, and Bernarda for whatever. Until she looks like a lizard that's been squashed by the kids, because that's what she is inside. Well, her and her whole family. Not that I envy her, not for one moment. 5 daughters, 5 dogs, 5 ugly daughters and no use to anyone. Ah, well, apart from Angustius, the eldest one. She had the good sense to be born to the first husband, and so she's got some money. But the others, fine lace and linen, but when it comes to actual inheritance, bread and raisins.
I'd be happy if I had what they have.
All we have are our bare hands and a grave ready dug.
At least they give us a bit of land at the end.
This cup! It's still dirty.
It never comes clean. It doesn't matter what I do with it.
Oh, that's the last response. I'm going to go and listen. Oh, priest, what a voice. In the paternoster, he goes up and up like a jug, slowly filling itself with water. He might not get to the top, but never mind, it's fun on the way. And finally, he's no Troncipino, but then nobody is. He was the old sacristan who sang at my mother's funeral. May God guard her soul. When he opened his mouth, he had the bricks vibrating in the wall. The amen. It was like a wolf had walked into the church. Amen!
Ruin your throat.
My throat's already ruined, and not by singing, since you ask.
Boing, boing, boing. And may God forgive him.
Praise be God!
Boing, boing, boing. And may the rest of us not have to join him for as long a time as possible.
I said, praise be to God.
Oh yeah, praise him, praise him.
I've come for the leftovers.
Not today, you haven't. Anything left over is left over for me.
Take pity, you have somebody to take care of you. I have no one.
A dog has no one, so he gets by. Dogs get by.
I always said that they always go in the leftovers.
Oh, come on. Oh, who let you in anyway? Look at your feet. Look at the mess you're making. Come on, out, 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 out. floors polished with oil, larder stocked with fruit, tables and beds made out of iron, while the rest of us have to sleep on the hard-baked mud with our one plate and our one spoon. Bring on the day when there's none of us left to tell the tale. Oh yes, ring bells ring! Bring out the coffin with its gold cloth and its silk straps. We all end up the same way. On your way to hell, Antonio Maria Benevides, lying there rigid in your fine suit and your best boots. Never again. Behind the stable doors, you've lifted my skirts for the last time. Ever. Never again. Never to see this house again. Never to eat bread here again.
Enter.
Oh, Antonio Maria Benevides! Oh, 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 oh.
Silence!
Oh, Bernarda!
You won't stop that whining. Get on with your work. You have a job to do. Look at this place. It's filthy. It's a disgrace. Oh, get out of here. This is not where you belong. The poor are like animals. It's as though they're a different species.
They have their troubles, as we all do.
Oh, but no trouble so great that it can't be put aside for a plate of chickpeas.
We all have to eat.
I don't think a girl of your years should open her mouth in front of her elders.
Quite.
And I won't be lectured in my own house. Magdalena, stop that noise. Do you hear me? If you must cry, cry in the privacy of your own room. Did you hear me?
Have you begun gathering the crops?
Yes, today.
The sun is unbearable.
I've not known it this hot for years.
Is the lemonade ready?
Yes, Bernarda.
Take some out to the men when it's finished.
They're already drinking in the stable yard.
Well, make sure they leave the way they came in. I don't want them coming through here.
Did you notice Peppy was amongst the mourners?
Yes, I saw him.
His mother was. It was Pepe's mother we saw. My daughter most certainly did not see Pepe, and neither did I.
I thought that.
I tell you who I did see, and that was the widower from Darahali, sitting suspiciously close to your aunt. You could hardly miss him, or her either, come to that.
The woman's evil, worse than evil.
Tongue like a tornado.
A woman in church should look at no one but the priest, and him only because he's wearing a skirt. The moment a woman raises her eyes in church, we all know what she's looking for. The warmth of a pair of trousers.
Twisted old gecko, dried up, eaten away.
She's desperate for a man. She's like a parched vine reaching for the sun.
Praise be to God.
Praise him and bless him forever.
Rest in peace with the holy company of saints.
Rest in peace.
With the Archangel Michael, his sword of justice beside him.
Rest in peace.
The key that opens the whole world and the hand that encloses.
Rest in peace.
With those who are blessed and all the souls on land and sea.
Rest in peace.
With our holy charity and the ghosts of the departed.
Rest in peace.
Grant rest rest to thy servant Antonio Maria Benavides, and give him the crown of your sacred glory.
Amen.
Requiem aeternam dona eis Domine.
Deus perpetua luciare eis. May the Lord grant you good health, so that you may pray for his soul. May you never lack for a warm loaf of bread,
Or a roof for your daughters' heads.
and may the memory of your marriage never grow cold.
The men have got together. They've paid for a mass.
Thank them and give them a glass of brandy. Magdalena, hush! Yes, get going and back to your hovels, the lot of you, where no doubt you will pick apart everything you have seen here. Well, go ahead, have a good time, enjoy yourselves, because you're not coming back.
Oh, Bernarda, you can hardly complain. The whole village turned out.
No, that would account for the smell. Rank underclothes, sweat, and poison dripping from their tongues.
Mother, please, not today. Don't speak like that today. Don't start.
Well, how else can anyone speak in this village with no river? A village of wells where we scarcely dare to drink. Poisoned village.
Oh my God! Look at this floor. Look what they've done.
As if a herd of goats had passed through. Give me a fan, child.
Here we are, take this one.
Is this a fan to give to a widow? Have some respect, I want black.
You can have mine.
What about you?
I'm not hot.
Well, if I were you, I should get myself another. You can be sure of one thing, you're going to need it. The mourning will last 8 years. And in those 8 years, not a breath of air will enter this house from the street. No, it will be as though we have bricked up the very doors and windows. That's how it was in my father's house and in my grandfather's before him. That's how you mourn. That's the way it's done. And in the meantime, you can be working on your bridal trousseau. There are 20 bolts of linen in the trunk. You can be cutting out, and Magdalena can embroider.
Oh, whatever. I don't care. Well, if you won't embroider ours, then nobody will. That way yours will be the best. I'm not doing any embroidery, mine or yours. What's the point? I'd rather have sacks in a mill, anything, rather than sit in this house day after day.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it means to be a woman.
Well then, I'll forget about being a woman.
Well, now you begin to understand. You can't go running to your father anymore. From now on, you answer to me. It's a needle and thread for a woman and a mule and a whip for a man. That's how it has to be for people of our standing.
Bernarda! Let me out!
All right, she can come out now.
Oh, I could hardly hold her. Your mother may be 90, but she's as strong as a horse.
It runs in the family. My grandmother was the same.
It got a bit rough when the mourners were here. She was screaming for the dog meat and the dirty water, she says, that you give her.
Troublemaker.
I had to stick a sack in her mouth to shut her up.
Put her out in the stable yard. She can let off steam out there.
She's taken all her rings and the amethyst jewellery out of the trunk. She says she's going to go out and find a husband.
Go and deal with her. And make sure she stays away from the well.
Oh, you don't need to worry about her. That woman isn't going to kill herself.
Maybe, but I don't want the neighbours to see her.
We're going to go get changed.
Change by all means, but the headscarf stay on. Where's Angustius? What's she up to?
Last time I saw her, she was taking a look through the gate. The men were just leaving.
Oh, really? And what were you doing at the gate?
Collecting eggs.
But the men had left, hadn't they, by then? What I'm saying is the men had gone.
Well, gone, yes. Mostly. There were a few men left. The odd man lingering.
Angustius! Angustius! Angustius!
Yes, Mother.
What were you doing? Who were you looking for?
No one.
Is it decent? Is it decent for a woman of your class to stand like a fisherman on the naked river bank, angling for men with rod in hand on the very day of your father's funeral? Who were you looking for? Yes, you!
No one!
Out of here!
It's always you.
All of you!
Keep your skin.
Of course it was wrong. She knows that. She did it without thinking. You can imagine. I was shocked. Shocked when I saw her running across the yard, standing at the gate, listening to the men talking, being obscene as usual.
At a funeral? To speak like that at a funeral? What were they saying?
About last night.
What? What last night?
Paco la Rosetta. There were some men. They tied her husband to a trough, and they threw her over the back of a horse, and they took her to the olive fields.
And she? Agreeable? Not?
Naked above the waist, and Maximiliano holding her like he was playing a guitar. Appalling.
And then, what happened then?
Well, what you'd expect. They came back just before dawn, her hair all over the place, and a crown of flowers on her head.
She's the only one. The only loose woman we have around here.
That's because she's not from here. And the men who go with her, well, they're sons of immigrants. The real villagers don't do such things.
No, but they do like to watch. And better still, a good post-mortem. They suck the bone till it's bleached.
Well, there were other things. They were talking about other things.
Things.
I can't even describe.
My daughter, she heard these things. She gets it from her aunts. That's where she gets it from. That look, dull-eyed, soft, sickly, fainting at compliments from any passing hairdresser. Oh, the effort, the struggle to keep my family decent, to keep them under control.
Oh, Bernarda, I don't think you should worry. You're doing just fine. I mean, the girls can't help it. They're of an age where men are drawn to them. I mean, what are they supposed to do? Look at Angustius. She's well into her 30s.
40s?
40s? I've never been near a man.
No, none of them. Not ever. Not one. They're better off without.
All right, I'm not trying to upset you.
Where will you find within 100 miles radius a man, a single man, who is worthy of any one of my daughters? What am I supposed to do? Surrender them to some cowpoke?
You could have gone to another town.
Oh, you mean I should take my daughters to market?
No, Bernarda, not take them to market, but give them a chance in life. I mean, don't you see? In any other town but this town, they wouldn't be seen of as rich girls. They'd be like everyone else and be seen like poor girls.
That's enough. You've said more than enough.
You've become impossible. I thought we were friends.
Friends? Do friends pay each other wages? You're a servant, nothing more.
Don Arturo's arrived. He says he's here to discuss the will.
I'm coming. You can get on with the whitewashing the stable yard walls. And Poncia, you have to pack up his clothes.
I thought perhaps we could give some away.
Not a button, not a thread. Not even the handkerchief that covers his face.
Have you taken your medicine?
All the good it may do,
Yes, but you did take it.
as I do everything with no hope, no expectation.
You've been much better since the new doctor came.
I don't feel better.
Did you notice Adelaida didn't make it to the funeral?
I knew she wouldn't. Her fiancé won't even let her out the door. And this is a girl who was just so full of life. Now she can't even make the effort to powder her face.
Is it better to have a boyfriend or not? Once I knew, I don't anymore.
It makes no difference.
It's not the men, it's the talk. It's what's said. It's the unending gossip. How can any woman survive?
Yeah,
Just to think what Adelaida's had to endure.
I know, but in her case, it's...
What? What?
Come on, why is Adelaida frightened? Who's she frightened of? Oh, Mother, that's who.
Why'd you say that?
Because Bernarda knows. She knows the truth. She's willing to tell. She knows all about Adelaida's parentage, how her family came by the lands. Every time Adelaida comes round, Bernarda makes sure to drop a hint. Oh, so carefully, just to remind her how it all began. Cuba.
Cuba.
Her father killed his first wife's husband so he could get his hands on her. And then, when they came here, he abandoned her for another woman who had a daughter. And then, guess what? He had an affair with her. He had an affair with the daughter who gave birth to Adelaida. And he married her as well. Married both mother and daughter. Only after the mother had gone mad and died.
And he isn't in prison. Why isn't this man in jail?
Because he's a man. Men have a code, they stick together.
Well, that's hardly Adelaida's fault.
Life repeats itself. I see that now. Everything. A pattern. Her mother, her grandmother, both married to the same man, and now Adelaida a prisoner as well. It's better never to have laid eyes on a man. Better never to have even seen one. Ever since I was a child, I've been frightened. The look of them, yoking up the oxen and picking up sacks of wheat and calling to each other with their thick voices and their thick boots. And every time I pass them, the feel of their hands, of their touch. God made me weak and ugly. It's his way of keeping them away from me.
Oh, don't say that. You know it's not true. Enrique liked you. He wanted you.
Did he? Did he want me? I stood waiting by my window all night, alone, by the window, in my nightdress. He sent a message by his farmhand's daughter. I stood waiting all night. He never came. And then, oh yes, then he married a girl that had more money.
Yes, and was ugly as sin.
But what does that matter? Makes no difference to them. It's land men want. Land and cattle and a bitch to bring them food.
What are you two doing?
Very little.
You? Oh, wandering the house for the pleasure of it. Remember the canvases, the embroidery that grandmother used to do? The little lamb, the black man fighting the lion. Oh, remember how we used to love them when we were young? We were happy then. A wedding used to last a full week and a half, and people said what they meant and to each other's faces, not behind their backs. Now, oh dear, the town has come to the country. Brides wear white veils and we drink wine from bottles. Meanwhile, we're rotten with the terror of what people might say.
The old days. Always the old days. Have you seen Adela?
Oh, she put on the green dress that I made for her birthday and went out into the stable yard yelling to the chickens, "Chickens, look at me in my new dress." Oh, I did laugh. She did make me laugh.
What if our mother had seen her?
Oh, the poor thing. Young, still so full of hope. I'd give anything to see her happy.
What time is it?
12.
Already?
And so, have you heard? Have you heard the news?
What news?
Don't know what you're talking
Oh, I
about.
bet you two do. You know far more than me. You've always got your heads together like sheep nuzzling, but you never share. We're talking about Pepe Al Romano. And so is the whole town. Pepe Al Romano is going to marry our Angustias. He was hanging around outside the house last night. The word is he's ready. He'll be sending the go-between very soon.
Well, I'm very pleased. He's a good man.
Oh, please, you don't fool me. Neither of you fool me. You know full well, if he were after Angustias for herself, if he wanted her as a woman, every one of us would be pleased. But this is money, this is commerce, nothing else. Angustias is our sister. We can loyal, but we can also speak freely. She's way past it. She gets sick as soon as you look at her. And if you actually take the 5 of us, she comes a poor fifth, if that. When she was 20, you'd be kind to say that she looked like a broomstick wrapped in a dress. So what would you say she looked like now?
You shouldn't speak like that. Fortune favours those who least expect it.
Oh yes, but we both know Magdalene is speaking the truth. Angustia's already had the money that her own father gave her. She already got everything that he gave her. Now our father's dead, his estate's being settled, and suddenly, hey, there's a queue on the doorstep.
Pepe is 25 years old and the best looking man around here for miles. I'm happy to believe that he wanted you, Amelia, or Adela for that matter, but to pick out the dimmest object in the house, a woman who speaks exactly like her father, through her nose.
Perhaps he liked her.
Oh, your hypocrisy is always
Oh,
nauseated
please,
me.
enough.
And how's the chicken?
Oh, well, what am I meant to do? What else can I do?
Its mother says you should kill you.
Oh, but it's such a thrill just to be wearing it, I can't tell you. Oh, I had such dreams. I was going to wear it the day we went to eat melon by the water wheel. No one would have had anything like it.
Beautiful dress.
Perfect for me. I think it's the best thing that Magdalene has ever made.
Oh, yes, and what did the chicken say?
Oh, they took one look at me and covered me in their fleas.
Oh.
My legs are covered in bites. Oh.
Suppose you could dye it black.
Ooh.
Oh, better still, perhaps you could give it to Angustias for her wedding.
Her wedding?
Yes, to Pepe Al Romano. Haven't you heard?
No, not a thing.
Well, now you have.
It's not possible.
I think you'll find money makes anything possible.
Is that why she went out? Is that why Angustias went to the gate? When the mourners were leaving, Angustias lingered at the gates. Is that man capable?
He's capable of anything.
Adela, What are you thinking?
I am thinking that for me this period of mourning couldn't have come at a worse time.
You'll get used to it.
No, I won't. That's something I won't do. I won't be shut away. I won't spend my life. I'm not going to let my skin turn yellow like yours, or my body become like yours. Tomorrow, I'm going to put on my green dress and I'm going to walk down the street. I've got to get out.
Be quieter. It takes one of us and all of us to
She almost heard.
Just be quiet.
It's Pepe El Romano. He's outside. He's just passing the stable yard.
Let's go. Come on.
Come on, Leila. Are you not going?
No, I'm not interested.
You'll be on the corner. You know where I mean. You get the best view from your bedroom.
This wretched will.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
So much left to Angustius,
Yes.
and rather less to his own daughters.
Yes. So you keep on saying. 3 times you've said it, in fact, and each time I've ignored you. And, by the way, it's not rather less, it's a lot less. So can we stop discussing it? Angustius, how dare you? How dare you on the very day of your father's funeral? How dare you make yourself up? How dare you even wash your face?
Because he wasn't my father. Remember? My father died a long time ago.
You owe this man more. You owe your sister's father more than you owe your own. Thanks to him, you're secure for life.
We'll see.
Common decency, then. Out of respect.
Mother, let me go out.
Out? Out? You go out only when that paint is scraped from your face. You harlot. You slut. Just like your aunt. Your filthy.
Bernarda, let them live. Let them live their lives.
I know what I'm doing. There's only one mad woman in this house, and that's my mother, not me.
What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing's going on.
If you've been arguing about the will, you're the richest already, so you might as well have the lot.
And you can keep your tongue in your mouth where it belongs.
Nobody dare to think that they can put anything over on me. Your business or mine, I rule. I rule absolutely, till they carry me out in a box.
Bernarda, do you know where my shawl is? I'm not going to leave any of my things to you, or you, any of you. No jewellery, no dresses, nothing. None of you will marry, not one of you. The blighted line. My pearl necklaces, Bernarda?
Why did you let her out?
I couldn't help it. She got away.
Yes, that's right, I got away because I'm going to live in the country or by the sea. Because I'm getting married to a lovely man, not like the men in this village who run a mile when a woman comes near. I won't be quiet. Enough. Enough spinsters, aching, yearning, dying of heartache, dying for a man. That's what I want, Bernarda. A man to live with and be happy with and to marry.
Lock her up.
No. I don't want to be locked up. I don't want to be locked up. Ooh.
Help her. Help her.
I'm going to marry Bernarda and live by the sea. That's it. Third sheet done.
Angustias, shall I put Peppy's initials on this one too?
No.
Adela, aren't you joining us?
She'll be lying on her bed.
There's something wrong with that girl. She shakes, she sweats, she's restless, she's never still. It's as if she's got a lizard between her breasts. Everything's wrong, same as with all of us.
Angustias accepted, of course.
Yes, I'm happy. And if that bothers anyone, they can jump off a bridge.
Besides your beautiful figure, it's your generosity of spirit that's always marked you out.
Thankfully, I'm going to be out of this hellhole sooner than you.
Don't bet on it.
Oh, for goodness sake. Can we talk about something else?
Isn't there a saying, something about money in the bank being worth more than fluttering eyelashes?
I wouldn't know. Oh, it's still so hot.
Last night I didn't sleep at all with this heat.
Nor me. I got up too. There was a storm cloud. Black. Even a few drops of rain.
Oh, the earth itself was on fire at 1 o'clock. I got up too. Angustias was still at the window with Pepe.
As late as that? What time did he leave?
Well, if you saw him, why do you need to ask?
It was about 1:30.
I heard him again at 4.
There was a definite cough and then the sound of his horse.
No. So you were all on night watch, it seems?
Yes.
I heard him too at 4 o'clock.
I'm certain.
How could it have been him?
How strange.
Tell us, Angustias, what did he say when he came to your window?
What's he say? Nothing. Just things you say when you're talking.
When you think about it, it is quite odd. I mean, two people who don't know each other speaking through a window and then they're engaged.
Well, it's not odd to me.
I think I would feel... I don't know. I don't know you.
You forget. By the time he comes to your window, he already knows from the visitors to the house he's going to get the answer yes.
Of course, but he still must
What?
ask. He must have had
Well,
to
of
ask.
course he asked.
How did he do it?
It's difficult. Something like, you know I've been after you. I need a woman. Someone I can trust. Say yes. It can be you.
God, how embarrassing. I would have been so embarrassed.
Well, how do you think I feel? But it's what you have to go through.
Did he say anything else?
Well, of course. Well, he did all the talking.
And you, did you say anything?
Oh, I couldn't. I couldn't breathe. My heart was bursting out of my mouth.
Oh,
It's the first time I've ever been with a man after sunset.
And so, good looking.
He is. He's quite good looking.
Ah, that's what happens when you're with someone who's had a bit of experience, who's a little bit worldly. They speak, and they say something with a little movement of their hand. I remember the time my husband, when he first came to my window.
what happened?
Oh, well, it was very dark, but I could see him coming towards me. He said, "Good evening." And I said, "Good evening." And then we said nothing! For half an hour! Half an hour went by! I had rivers of sweat running down my legs. Then he came close to the bars. He came so close, I thought he was going to climb in. And then in a voice never went with any other woman from that day. He took up breeding canaries instead. Ah, yes. That's how it was then, and that's how it will be. And as you girls are, well, you're young and you're single, so you may as well know. Men make a steady progression. 2 weeks after the wedding, they leave the bed for the dining table. And not long after that, they leave the dining table for the bar. And that's men's progress. But any woman who doesn't accept it, well, she can just rot weeping in the corner.
You accepted it.
Oh, I had him under control.
I heard you hit him.
I nearly had his eye out.
That's what women should do. That's how it should be.
Your mother and I are from the same school. He made some comment to me once. I'm not going to say what it was, but I picked up the handle of the kitchen mortar and I killed his canaries! Every one of them!
Adela, you should hear this. This is good stuff.
Adela!
Oh, let me.
Ah, there's something wrong with that girl.
Not surprising, she barely sleeps.
Well, what does she do instead?
How on earth do I know?
Well, you're the one that would know. You sleep in the room next door.
Jealousy. What? She's eaten up with jealousy. That's not true. I see it in her eyes already. The look of a mad woman already.
Don't say the word mad. This is the worst place in the world to make jokes about mad.
So you weren't asleep then?
Oh! 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 Something's wrong. I just don't feel myself.
Tell us, how did you sleep last night?
Perfectly, thank you.
Well then, what can possibly be the problem today?
For goodness sake, just leave me alone. What business is it of yours?
I'm only
Waking,
asking because I'm
sleeping,
concerned
my
about
body,
you.
I'll do with as I please. Concerned, obsessed more like.
Concerned.
I thought you were here to sew. Well, sew. In my dreams, to be invisible. And to walk through a room and nobody asks me where I'm going.
Bernarda needs you all. Policeman's here.
Oh, that's nice. Come on, come and see. Come here. Will you stop staring? Look, take my eyes, take them, they're brighter than yours. Take my back while you're at it. Lord knows it's straighter than yours. But whatever, just stop staring all the time.
Adela, she's your sister. And more important than that, she's the one that loves you the
Oh,
most.
she follows me everywhere. I see her from my bed. She won't let me breathe. Watching, checking. What a body, what a face, what a shame, she says. What a shame, she says. Such a body, such a face will never belong to a man. Well, no, actually, she's wrong. I'll give my body to whoever I choose.
Pepe El Romano.
What did you say?
Oh, you heard me.
Be quiet.
You think I haven't noticed?
No, lower your voice.
Adela, get these thoughts out of your head.
Thoughts? Thoughts? How do you know what I think?
Oh, women my age, we can see through walls. Where do you go every night? In the middle of the night.
Wish you were blind.
Oh, I'm all seeing. I'm all eyes, Adela, especially for something like this. Oh, for the life of me, I don't know what you think you can gain. I saw you. I saw you standing there, half naked, the light burning, the window open, on the second night Pepe came by for your sister.
It's not true.
Oh, stop being a child! Leave your sister in peace. And if you love Pepe El Romano, learn to endure. Think. Be intelligent. Who's to say that you won't marry Pepe? Oh, if you're smart enough to wait. Oh, look at Angustius. She's as narrow as a needle, but she's far too old. I do actually know what I'm talking about. Well, I can tell you now, she won't make it through her first confinement. So think and consider. Pepe will do what all widowers do. They go after the youngest and the prettiest, and that's you. So, just lay low and wait for that day. But don't take on the will of God!
Oh, be quiet, be quiet.
I won't be quiet.
Of yours. You're always going round, always interfering.
Yes, that's right.
Smelling like a pig, sniffing like a pig in the dirt, when you should be cleaning the house or on your knees praying for your dead. No, always coming between a man and a woman in the hope of trying to achieve a little pleasure for yourself.
I see, that's all. I guard this house so that people don't spit when they walk past our door.
Oh, suddenly, from nowhere, this love for my sister, this concern for her interests.
I love no one. I care for no one. But I want to live in a decent house. I'm too old to be disgraced.
Well, you're too late. Already you're too late. I don't care what you think. It doesn't bother me. You're just a servant. But I would knock down my own mother. I would strike her down just to put out the fire that burns between my legs. It doesn't matter what you think. I know more than you. It doesn't bother me. One thing you forget is that I'm cleverer than you. You can't catch a rabbit with your bare hands.
Adela, don't take me on. Don't risk it. There's things I can do, remember. I can light lamps, I can ring bells.
Oh, well, go ahead then and light 4,000 lamps and put them all round the courtyard walls for all I care. But what has to happen will happen.
You want this man. You want this man that much.
Yes, that much and more. When I look into his eyes, it's as if I'm drinking his blood.
I won't hear this.
Oh,
I won't hear this.
I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm stronger than you, and I'm not afraid.
You two are always arguing.
Oh, she wants me to run down to the shop for whatever, I don't know, in this heat. Well, I'm not going.
Did you get my perfume?
Yes, I did. I got the most expensive and the face powder that's on the table in your room.
Not a word, not one word out of you.
Have you been to see the lace? Angustia's bridal sheets are going to be wonderful.
Oh, thank you. What are yours going to be for?
Mine's for a petticoat.
Perfect. Petticoat will come in really handy round here.
It's for my own pleasure. I have no plans to wear it for anyone else.
Women aren't seen in their petticoats.
Aren't they? Are you sure about that? Anyway, why shouldn't I have pretty underwear? If I were rich enough, I'd buy linen from Holland. It's the only pleasure I have left.
Look at this. This would be perfect for a child's bonnet or a christening gown. I could never afford it for my children. It'll be perfect for when Angustius has hers. You may as well face it, all of you. You'll be sewing day and night for your sister.
Oh, not one stitch. Let alone looking after them. God, is there anything duller than children? Those poor women down the street, their whole lives in servitude to grubby little midgets.
Well, at least midgets have some life. You hear the odd laugh, the odd squeak.
If you feel like that, why don't you go work with them?
Me? Well, thank you, no. I'm in the convent for life.
Oh, that's the men going back to work.
Yeah, must be 3 o'clock.
Imagine this heat.
Imagine working. Or imagine being in the fields.
Imagine.
Oh, yes.
Just imagine.
Oh, Oh, there's nothing like working on the land this time of the year. Oh, yesterday, did I tell you? The harvesters have arrived. 40 or 50 fine young men.
Where are they from this year?
This year? Oh, long way away. From the mountains. Their faces are the colour of burnt trees. Ah, full of life. Laughing and throwing stones. Last night, a woman came into the village dressed in sequins. And she danced to an accordion. And then, well, there was about 15 of them. And they paid her and took her to the olive grove. I watched. Well, from a long way away, but I saw the one who gave her the money. He had green eyes. And nothing more than a boy. And as firm as a sheaf of corn.
Is that true?
Why shouldn't it be? Some years ago, one of these women came and I gave my eldest son some money so that he could have her. Oh, men need it. They need it.
And they are forgiven.
The greatest punishment is to be born a woman.
Even our eyes aren't our own.
Come on, let's go and watch them and see if we can see them from my
Oh,
window.
now you be careful. Don't open that window too far. They'll push it and try and catch you.
Wait for me.
Tell me what's wrong.
The heat.
Just the heat.
I can't wait for November. Rain, frost, wind, anything with this endless summer.
Well, this one and then another one soon enough.
Yes. What time did you get to sleep last night?
I don't know. Why? You know me. I sleep like a log.
I seem to hear people in the yard.
People?
In the middle of the night.
Were you scared?
It's not the first time I've heard them before.
We must be careful. Do you think it could be the farmhands?
No, they arrive at 6.
There are mules, you know, waiting to be broken.
I've looked
That's
everywhere and I can't
It's a
find
young
it.
mule
Somebody
waiting
must
to
have
be
stolen
broken.
it.
We better tell the others.
No,
Where
it's
is my picture of Pepe that I keep under my pillow? Which of you has taken it?
no one's taken your picture.
I wouldn't take it if it was Sir Bartholomew himself and framed in silver.
One of you has that picture of Pepe!
How dare you? How dare you accuse one of us?
All I am saying, it was under my pillow and now it isn't!
Hans is gone for a walk. From what I've heard, Pepe often likes to go walking. Why don't you look in the stable
You
yard?
think that's funny? You wait till I tell him. You wait till I tell him what you have done!
I don't think there's any need for that.
So?
I think we can safely say that picture's going to
Who has it?
Somebody's got it.
We
and it
have got
certainly isn't me.
Never you, is it?
What's all this noise in my house? Have you gone mad? In this heat? There's not a soul moving. Does it never occur to you that the neighbours can hear everything?
They've stolen Pepe's picture.
We have not.
They have.
We have.
Now, which one of you has it?
None of us.
Answer me.
None of us have.
Go, search the rooms, and shake down all the doors. This is it. This is it. This is the end. The end of my letting you get away with everything. From now on, I'm going to haunt you. I'll haunt you all in your dreams. You're sure? There's no mistake?
None.
You did look. You looked properly.
Mother.
You bring me this. In my old age, the bitterest poison a mother can drink. Well, have you got it?
Here.
Where was it?
beneath the sheets of Martirio's bed.
Oh, material.
Is this true?
It's true.
You, the snake waiting under the stone?
No, don't let me please.
I'll hit you as much as I like.
No!
No, you won't! No, listen! You hear me? Get away from me!
Show some respect for your
Mother,
mother.
enough! Not a tear! Not even a tear!
I won't cry for you, not one tear.
Why did you take it?
For a joke, that's all. Why else not? Just for a joke.
Joke? Since when did you have a sense of humour? You know full well why you stopped
Don't
now.
make me say! Don't make me speak! I'll tell
Oh,
you!
there's
Shame you out of me!
lies. A woman like you will invent the lies. Don't
The two of you spreading unhappiness wherever you go.
I'm not the worst! Other people
Oh, yeah,
do
and they pay
worse!
the price and they get married naked to the death by
You
your rear.
shameless child!
It's not my fault! Pepe chose me!
Oh, he chose you for your money
So
and nothing
down
else.
your altars!
Silence, I said! Oh, I saw this coming. I saw this storm coming from a long way off, but I never dreamed it would break so soon. You think I am old? You think I'm finished? Huh. You pour this avalanche of hate upon my heart. 5 daughters I was given, and as long as I live, I shall keep 5 chains. I shall boot you to the ground! Out! Out of here! All of you out! Out! No. I shall beat them into submission. Never forget, Bernarda, you have a duty.
May I say something?
Say what you want. It galls me that you were present. It's never right to allow outsiders into a family.
What I've seen, I've seen.
And Gustius must marry at once.
Yes, of course, yes. You must be taken away from here.
Not her, him.
Yes, you're right, of course. Get him away from here, that's much better. Good thinking.
It's not thinking. There are things you don't think. You don't need to think. You command.
Yes, I see. What makes you think he'll be willing to go?
Oh. So, come on. What am I missing?
Well, it's clear that he will marry Angustius.
And, well, tell me more. I know you, Poncia. I know when you're sharpening the blade.
The blade?
Yes.
When did you think of friendly advice as murder?
Advice? What advice can you give?
It's no accusation, Bernarda. I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying, open your eyes.
Open them.
Oh, you've always been shrewd. You were born with a precious gift. I've often thought you can see the bad in people 100 miles away. You can see inside their heads. But when it comes to your own children, you're different.
Different? How?
With your daughters, you're blind.
You mean Martirio, is that who you mean?
Well, if it is Martirio, then for instance, why did she take that picture?
She told you it was for a joke. You heard her.
I agree. And you believed her.
There's nothing to believe, that's how it was.
Let's say, just say this wasn't happening to your children. But these same events, these same things, they were happening to the people next door.
Oh, I see now I see. be twisting the knife.
This matters, Bernarda. Something serious is going on. Well, not for a second, not for a moment am I blaming you. I mean, why would I? But you've never given your daughters anything. Whatever your view, Martirio happens to fall in love very easily. Oh, goodness. Why didn't you let her marry Enrique Humanes? On the night he was coming to visit, you sent him a message telling him not to come.
Yes, and I'd do the same thing if it happened again, if it happened 1,000 times. Huh. Mix our blood with the Humanes family. Do you know what his father was? He was a farmhand.
Huh. And? Where have your fine ideas got you?
I have my fine ideas because I can afford them, unlike you. Because, unlike you, I don't have to hide my past.
All right, Bernarda. I'm old now. I mean, I've always been grateful for your protection, and you know that.
I don't see much evidence of it.
All right. Martirio, then one day she will forget about all this.
And if she doesn't, then she's a fool. Nothing so-called serious is happening here. In fact, nothing is happening here. Much to your disappointment, no doubt. And if it did, if anything did happen here, you can be sure it would not go beyond these walls.
That's what you hope. That there's people in that village. They can smell what's happening in here without coming inside.
You'll never be content, will you, until you see my daughters breathing their last in a brothel.
No one knows where they'll end up. No one can know.
I know, and I know my daughters. And as for brothels, well, we know one woman, don't we, Poncia? Just the one we know.
Bernarda, respect for my mother, respect my mother's memory.
Well then, from now on, keep your evil ideas to yourself.
All right, that's what you want. I'll say nothing.
An excellent policy. Late in coming, but nonetheless welcome. Application and silence. The two virtues of servitude, remember?
Remember? Yes. How can I forget? You never stop reminding me. But agree? No. Don't you ever think, don't you ever consider that perhaps Pepe would be better with Martirio? Oh yes, why not? Even Adela.
No, I don't.
Yes, it's Adela should be marrying Pepe.
So there it is. Things aren't always how we would want them, are they?
How can people fight their own needs? How can they? Pepe doesn't belong with Angustius. It's not just my opinion. The whole world says it, the grass says it, the tree says it. How can the... What chance have the two of them got when they know it's wrong?
And here it comes. Here we go again. Here she comes, sliming, slithering up to me with new insinuations. Well, I won't listen. Because if I were to even open my mind to your evil ideas, I'd run for your face with my bare nails.
There's no need.
I have one advantage. Always remember, my daughters respect me. Never once have they challenged my wishes.
No. But the day you set them free, they'll fly to the rooftops.
Oh, no doubt. And I shall bring them down with stones.
Oh, you've never lacked courage.
I was given courage, so I've used it.
But even so, events can slip out of control. Can't they? Don't you find that? Especially when someone's as ardent as Angustius. And Pepe is pretty ardent from what I hear. From what I am hearing. My eldest son, he was walking with the cattle past the house. And he heard them. He heard them talking. They were still talking at 4:30 in the morning.
At 4:30?
It's a lie.
Is it? That's what he said.
Now, tell me the truth.
All week, the whole week. It's never varied. May God strike me down if I'm telling a lie.
I heard him too. He left at 4.
Did you see him? With your own eyes, did you see him?
I wouldn't risk being seen myself. But you talk at the window facing the alley, don't you?
No, I don't. I talk from the bedroom.
Well, if something's going on here, I need to know.
Oh, change of tact. Now she fancies the truth. Well, there's one thing we can be sure of. Pepe's at one window or another, 4:30 in the morning.
But is that certain?
Mother,
Certain. Ah, well, that's different. No one can be sure about certain.
Mother, take no notice. She's just making mistakes.
I'll get to the truth. Anybody tells lies about us, they have me to face. Nobody. Say, repeat this rumour. Not one of you. Repeat it.
I have a right to the truth.
You have a what? A right? The only right you have is to obey.
I'll look after my own household, thank you.
Yes, you do that.
There's a huge crowd at the end of the street. They've all come out of their houses.
Quick, go see what it is. See what's happening. Where are you three going? I knew it. You can't resist, can you? You can't resist. And standing at windows, hanging out of windows, breaking your morning. Back inside. Back inside.
Close. I was that close to speaking out.
So was I.
Well, what would you have said? You may have wanted to, but didn't.
Well, somebody's going to say something eventually. You want to, but you can't.
Neither of us can go on like this.
Pepe's going to be mine.
Never! I'd have to pull you apart with my bed.
Martyria.
Never!
Leave me to live
Never!
my life. He wants me to live
I
with
saw
him.
what he wanted. I saw how he touched you.
Oh, it's not my fault. It's like he's pulling me in.
I'd rather die. I'd rather die than let that happen.
What's going on? There's a lot of noise outside. Anyone know? No, I don't. Where's Mother? Mother? Mother?
What is it? What's happening?
It's the brother's daughter, the unmarried one. She's had a baby, and nobody knows who by.
The child?
And out of shame, she's killed it and buried it under some stones.
Oh.
And some dogs, they dug it up. Oh. And as we know, dogs, they can have more heart than people. But this is strange. As if by God's hand, they dug it up and they left it on her very own doorstep. And now they're dragging it down the street and they want to kill her. Oh, they're running from the paths and they're running from the olive groves and they're making so much noise the very earth is shaking.
Yes, with axes good and blows is good. Kill her.
Don't murder her.
Yes. And what's more, we are going to watch.
Let the enemies of decency pay the price.
No. Release her. Let her go.
Let her go.
Go on, finish her
Okay.
So, I must be going. I've been here long enough as it is.
Stay, do. We never see you.
Did anyone hear the last rosary bell?
No, not yet. How's your husband been?
Much the same, thank you.
We never see him either.
Well, you know how he is. Ever since that quarrel with his brothers over the inheritance, he doesn't like using the front door. Puts a ladder up and goes over the back wall.
Now that's what I call a real man. And how is he with your daughter?
He's yet to forgive her.
Well, he's quite right.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't know what to say. It's caused me no end of pain.
When a daughter disobeys, she ceases to be a daughter. She becomes a kind of enemy.
Well, for myself, I just let things go by. The church is the only comfort for me now. And even that, I'm starting to lose my sight.
Oh dear.
I'm going blind, and the children make fun of me. What was that?
It's the stallion.
Oh,
He's locked in the stable and he kicks against the walls of the house. He can scent to the mares. Hobble the horse and put him out in the yard. He must be hot.
when are you putting the new mares with him?
Tomorrow.
You've done a wonderful job of building up your stable.
Well, I put in the investment and I do the work.
She's got the best livestock in the district. Such a shame prices are down.
Some cheese perhaps, or honey.
I seem to have lost my appetite.
How many times do I have to say? Put the horse in the yard to roll on the straw. Well, it's perfectly simple. You put the mares in their boxes and the stallion in the yard before he destroys the whole house. Right? Oh, what a life I lead.
You do the work of a man.
Well, I have to, so I do. Where are you going?
To find some water.
Sit down. Bonser, get some water.
So when is Aunt Eustace likely to be married?
The formal proposal is in the next few days.
Oh. You must be very pleased.
I'm delighted.
Do you have a ring yet?
Now, see.
Oh, beautiful. A pearl. In my day, pearls meant tears.
Yes, but times have moved on. Oh, I think it's a shame. Things should keep their meaning. Engagement rings should be diamonds.
I must say, for an engagement ring, a diamond is the appropriate step.
Rings are like everything else. It's what we make of them that counts.
Or what God makes of them.
Word is, your furniture is beautiful.
And so it should be after spending 16,000 reales.
Well, the best thing is the wardrobe. It's got a mirror.
Goodness, I've never seen anything like that.
When I was married, we were lucky to have a trunk.
Well, the main thing is that everything should work out for the best.
Or not, as the case may be.
And in this case, happily, there's no reason why it shouldn't.
Ah, there it is.
Goodbye, Prudencia.
The last bell. I'll come by another day, and you can show me your wedding dress.
You'll be more than welcome.
And may God grant us all a good night.
God go with you. That's the end of the meal.
I'm going out to stretch my legs in the stable yard.
I'll go with you.
Me too. Oh, well, I'm not going to get lost, am I?
Isn't it nice to have some company at night?
Angustius, I don't want to have to say this again, but you really must speak with Martirio. She's your sister, and you heard what she said about the portrait. It was a joke. Now you need to put it behind you.
You know she doesn't love me.
Oh, what does that matter? It's not important. It doesn't matter what we feel, only what we allow ourselves to show. Family is important. You understand that, don't you?
Yes.
Family's wonderful, especially when you're just about to get out of it.
And not a moment too soon.
What time did you finish last night, young Pepe?
Around 12.
What did he have to say?
Sometimes he doesn't seem to concentrate. It's as if his mind is on something else. I ask him what is wrong, and he just says men's stuff.
You made a mistake. You should never ask, and still less when you get married. Talk to your husband only when he talks to you. Look at him only when he looks at you. That's the secret of a successful marriage.
I think there are things he's hiding from me.
Well, the very worst thing you could do would be to try to find out what they are. Never ask. And most of all, don't let him see you cry.
I should be happy, and I'm not.
Well, don't let him see that either.
Sometimes I'm just looking through between the bars, and his face goes all fuzzy and blurred, as if a sheep has kicked up a cloud of dust.
That's just you being weak.
I hope so.
Is he coming tonight?
No, he's gone into town with his mother.
Excellent. So we shall all have an early night. Magdalena?
She's asleep.
Magdalena?
The night is so dark.
Oh, you can hardly see your feet in front of you.
Great night for thieves, for fugitives.
The stallion was in the middle of the yard. You should have seen him, glowing white and twice as large as life.
It's true, he was scary.
He looked like a ghost. The stars were huge, like fists.
This one was staring up so hard she nearly broke her neck.
Don't you like the stars?
I have enough to go with the ground level, thank you very much. Nothing above roof level for me.
That just about sums you up, doesn't it?
So she has her interests and you, it would seem, have yours.
Good night.
You going to bed already?
Pepe's not coming tonight.
It's such a beautiful night. I think I'm going to stay up late and go for
We
a
have to
some
sleep.
breeze from the fields.
Magdalena. Magdalena.
I think we've lost her already. Oh, leave me alone.
Come on, to bed.
Oh, you lot, anything rather than leave someone alone. Good night.
And you as well.
Why is Pepe not coming tonight?
He's gone to town.
See you in the morning.
Oh, really?
here?
Yes, enjoying a rare moment of peace and wondering what happened to that something serious you said was happening around here.
Bernarda, don't. Just don't.
Nothing happens, does it? Not really, that I don't see, that I don't control.
Well, on the surface, that's true. You've got all your daughters neatly stacked on shelves, but you can't control what's going on in their hearts.
They live, they breathe.
Oh, well, it's your business. I've got this household to run.
Yes, I notice you've gone very quiet lately.
I'm liking quiet. I'm enjoying quiet.
Well, my guess is that you've gone quiet because you no longer have anything to say. I know you. If this house were a pasture, you'd throw open the gate so all the sheep in the district could graze.
I cover up more than you know.
And is your son still claiming to see Pepe in the early hours of the morning? Are we still the object of gossip, of malice?
No.
No. Nothing is said because there's nothing to say. No bones thrown from our windows. And that's because I keep the lid on tight.
I don't want to speak, Bernarda, because I'm scared of what you'll do. All I can say is, don't be too sure.
I am sure.
It takes nothing. One bolt of lightning, one clot of blood round the heart.
Nothing will happen. Nothing like that will happen. I know what you're implying. And believe me, I'm fully on to it.
She done those dishes yet?
I've done the dishes. Is there anything else?
No, I'm going to bed.
What time do you want to be woken?
You can leave me, for once. For once, I'm going to have a good night's sleep.
When the storm's about to burst. Oh, the best thing. Turn your back and ignore it.
She's stubborn. She can't see. Or she won't see.
Oh, I tried in the beginning, but now I'm scared. Listen. What? Silence. And there's a tempest in every room. Oh, when that storm breaks, it'll just sweep us all away.
Her mistake is she thinks she's got power. What power? None. None next to the power of a man in the minds of lonely women.
Oh, it's not all Pepe's fault. You can't blame him. Yes, he went after Adela a year ago, and she was crazy about him. She should have held back. But he's a man. And what's a man to do?
There are people saying that Pepe's been seen here some nights, talking to Adela.
Talking? Yes, and more than talking.
Oh, I don't know what's going to happen.
I'd like a boat, an ocean, set sail and leave this battlefield behind.
Well, at least Bernarda's hurrying the wedding.
Oh, she's too late. She's missed a moment. Adela's got a look in her eye and she'll do what she has to. The others are watching her like hawks.
Martirio?
Martirio? She's the worst. She's seething with malice. Oh, she knows in her heart she'll never get Pepe El Romano. If she could flick a switch, she'd destroy the world.
These women are evil.
No, they're not evil. They're just without men, that's all. Even family counts for nothing. Shh. What? The dogs are barking.
Someone must be passing the gate.
I thought you were in bed.
I was thirsty.
I thought you were asleep.
No, I came for a drink. I couldn't sleep. What about you two? Don't you ever sleep?
Soon.
Come on.
Well, we certainly deserve it. Bernarda doesn't give me a moment's peace.
Fetch that ladder.
Oh, these dogs, they're going crazy.
Oh, anything. Anything rather than let us get some sleep. Shut up! Shut up!
So little lamb, my child, my sheep, let us make our way to the shore. There the little ant is waiting, and I will give you the breast. Bernarda, leopard face, Magdalena, horrible face, ugly child. Little sheep, little sheep, ba ba ba. I will go the flowers at Bethlehem's gate.
Grandma, where are you going?
Hello, who are you? Have you come to open the door for me?
What are you doing here?
I escaped. Tell me your name.
Go back to bed, Grandma.
You're Martirio, aren't you? Martirio with a martyr face.
You know, now bed.
When's your child due? Have you seen mine?
It's a sheep, Grandma. Where did you get it from?
I know it's a sheep. I know that. Why can't the sheep be a child?
It's not.
If it's a choice between a child and nothing, or a sheep and nothing, well, I wouldn't. Bernarda. Horrible thing.
Shh. You must be quiet. Grandma, come to bed.
If I've got to be quiet, I'm going to say what I think. I can have children anywhere. Everybody thinks because I've got grey hair I can't, but I can. I can have children everywhere. Or would you like to come with me to the country?
Grandma.
There's houses in the country, open houses with ladies lying on their bed with their children beside them, and their men sitting outside on chairs.
Quieter, please.
Pepe El Romano is a giant of a man, and you're all in love with him. But he will eat you up like grains of wheat. No, not grains of wheat. Frogs. Not even frogs.
Grandma.
Frogs with no tongues.
Bed.
Silent frogs.
Bed.
I'll go, but you will open the door for me later, won't you?
Go to bed, Grandma. Adela! Adela!
What is it you want?
Stay
What do you
away
want
from that
me?
man.
Who are you to tell me that?
Not the place where a decent woman belongs.
Oh, but my goodness, how you'd love to
I'm
be
going to
there.
speak out. It's time.
Oh, this is only the start. I've got everything you lack. Strength, spirit. I face death in these walls. I've seen it. And I've had the guts to go out and get what I want.
The man
What's due
has
to me?
no soul. He's not here for you. He's here for another. And you have no right.
His mind was on money, but his eyes were always
I
on
won't
me.
let it happen. He's going to marry Angus.
Oh, you know he doesn't love her.
Yes.
You know it because you've seen it. And what
Yes.
makes you mad is that you've seen he loves me. Me.
Tell me if
he
that
loves
would
me.
make you happy. But never say that to me again. Never.
I know why you're trying to stop me. You don't care what he does with a woman he doesn't love. Well, neither do I. He can have Angustius for 100 years. But for him to touch me, to hold me, oh, that's different, isn't it, Martirio? Because you love him, don't you? You love him.
Yes. Why should I deny it? If my heart should burst like a pomegranate with a bitterness. Yeah. Yeah. You're not my sister anymore. You're just a woman, that's all. And the other woman.
And there is no answer. If one of us has to drown, then so be it. But Peppy is mine. It's me he takes to the rushes by the river.
I won't let him. I won't let him do
live
it.
in this house anymore. Now that I've been with him, I'll be what he wants, whatever he wants. He can, whatever he wants.
Don't say those things. Don't say them.
I should be against the whole village against me, scorching me with their fingers of fire, hunted like a rat, all in the sake of decency.
No!
In front of them all.
No!
I'll put on the crown of thorns.
Don't say those
The crown
things.
that's kept for a woman that's been with a married man. That's what I'll do. Come on, Martirio, let's go to bed. He can marry Angustius. Who cares? I'm going to get a little house, and he can come and visit me whenever he wants, whenever the need takes him.
It's not going to happen for as long as I live.
You can't stop me, Martirio. You're weak. But I can bring a stallion to its knees with just my little finger.
When you raise your voice, just the sound of it, the very sound of it, fills my heart with so much evil. I could drown.
They teach us to love our sisters, don't they? But God must want me in the deepest dark, because now I see you clearly. I see you as I've never seen you before. Peppy, get out of my way! Out! No! Going out! Get away! No! Let go! Mother! Get off me! Get off me!
Get with him!
Get off!
She's got swollen up, Federico!
The bed of the hall, lying in the
Never
bed
will
of the
I
hall.
speak to my jailer again! Ha! There! The rod of the oppressor broken in two. Don't come another step nearer. I will answer to Peppy and nobody else. I am his. I am his woman. Face facts. Go out there and tell him you know the truth. The house will be his to do with as he wishes. He's out there now, breathing like a lion.
Where's the shotgun?
You think you can leave? You think you can go with your body in triumph? Go!
I'll get him at the gate.
No! You can't stop me! No! You can't
stole
stop
this
me!
man! You shamed us all! You hussy!
I'll let her go so he never ever look at her again.
Now dare to go find him.
Pepe el Romano is dead!
Pepe! Pepe! No! No! Pepe! No! No! Pepe!
You killed him?
He's going away on his horse.
It was my fault. Women can't aim a gun.
So why did you say he was dead?
Because of her, I would willingly pour a river of blood on her head.
Oh my God! Curses on you, you evil woman!
Yes!
Maybe,
Devil!
Yes!
maybe, but it's also better like this.
Adela! Adela!
Open the door! Open the door!
Open it! Don't think the walls can protect you from your shame.
The neighbours are waking.
Open this door before I tear it down. Adela!
Fetch me a hammer. A mallet.
Adela!
What?
Don't go in. Don't go in. The stallion's rope may none of us end this way.
Oh,
We know where you are, Pepe and Romano, galloping away down the dark corridor of trees. But one day you will fall. Cut down the body. My daughter died a virgin. Carry her to her room and dress her as a virgin. Everyone, say nothing. She died a virgin. Tell them, ring the mourning bell twice at dawn.
She was 1,000 times blessed to have been with him.
No tears, no lamentations. Death to be looked direct in the face. Silence! Do your crying when you are alone. I told you, be quiet. We shall drown ourselves in a sea of mourning. The youngest daughter of Bernarda Alba. She died a virgin. Silence!